Fullerton State is trying to bring their season into focus, led by seniors Mark Hill and Cedric Ceballos. The Titans can score in a hurry. It's no illusion Ceballos can do it all, scoring from the outside and inside. And his moves without the ball leave opponents trailing, giving Hill and Ceballos reason to smile. Jerry Pym knows as Eric MacArthur goes, so go the Gauchos. The senior center has become dominant, leading UCSB to an 11-5 record. Big Monday continues next.
Well, John, there is a bottom line to all of this game tonight here in Santa Barbara. That is that the home team plays very, very well at home, and the visiting team plays very, very badly on the road. Hello, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins, along with Quinn Buckner. And Quinn, I think it's fair to say that Fullerton, 0-7 on the road and shooting only 40%, is going to have to shoot a lot better tonight.
Well, I think it's important that they get off to a good start as well as shoot the ball, but shot selection will absolutely be key tonight.
One guy we do know can shoot the ball, Cedric Ceballos. He's a constant for them.
Well, Cedric Ceballos has been leading not only their team, but the conference in scoring as well. As he's second in rebounding. You see his numbers there. Outstanding player, gets it inside and out, very active player. Has to get some offensive rebound baskets tonight, though.
He also has to get some help from his friends, and that puts the onus on the backcourt.
Mark Hill and Wayne Williams are the two guys that have to get it done. Hill, because he's a tremendous outside shooter, has more three-point attempts than any active player that has ever been involved in the league. Wayne Williams, I think, is the key, because I think shot selection is extremely important. Williams distributes the ball, so he's got to get it to the people in time to score.
And the Gauchos, they probably typify the team concept of basketball. No real stars, and they like to keep the game in the 60s if they can.
Well, they do that by virtue of just keeping control of the ball, and the one way they do it is they got a tremendous rebounding in Eric MacArthur. He's been leading the league in rebounding, but he's also one of the country's leading rebounders as well as shot blockers in the conference. I think tonight what he's got to do is just protect the basket by getting all the rebounds, keeping them away from Fullerton.
And it's not a one-man show. Here they call it the Eric and CARRICK show. CARRICK DEHART, pretty good player also.
Both of these guys have been doing well. CARRICK DEHART's numbers are right there at 15 points a game, but I think it's his emotional leadership that really carries this team. He's been involved with the program. Everybody likes him off the court. They really play hard with him on the court.
So Fullerton only shooting at 40%. They have to do better for a very good reason. They're probably only going to get one shot every time down. The Gauchos can rebound. We'll be back.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet.
When he gets his hand on the ball, you just have to watch. You never know what he's going to do next. He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like, duh. They just saw an amazing video cassette present.
Fullerton State versus UC Santa Barbara is brought to you by Mitsubishi, bringing you a full line of award-winning automobiles. See them all at your Mitsubishi Motors dealer. And by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
Barry Tompkins with Quinn Buckner. We are back at the Thunderdome, a near sellout crowd. Not quite a sellout because we are getting toward midterm week here at Santa Barbara. Right now, let's meet the participants in this one with the public address announcer here in Santa Barbara, Jim McNamara. Jim?
The starting lineups for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Los Angeles, number 10, Wayne Williams. For the Titans, at guard, a 6'4" senior from Los Angeles, number 44, Mark Hill. At center for Cal State Fullerton, a 6'8" senior from Omaha, number 52, David Moody. At forward for the Titans, a 6'4" senior from Los Angeles, number 21, Van Anderson. And at forward for Cal State Fullerton, a 6'7" senior from Los Angeles, number 31, Cedric Ceballos. The head coach of Cal State Fullerton Titans in his second year, John Sneed. And now, for the Gauchos at guard, a 6'4" senior from Los Angeles, number 15, CARRICK DEHART. a 6'3" freshman from Pasadena, number 32, Idris Jones. At forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Santa Barbara, number 23, Paul Johnson. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Granada Hills, number 35, Gary Gray. And at forward, a 6'7" senior from South Pasadena, number 55, Eric Freeze MacArthur. In his 7th year as head coach of the UCSB, running Gauchos, Jerry Kim.
So those are the participants. Jerry Pym, the head coach of Santa Barbara, and we will be back to get started from the Thunderdome right after this. Cummins Event Center, but aptly named the Thunderdome, and we will have just a moment before we get started here, and the reason for this presentation that is going to be going on here at the Thunderdome is to present the basketball to CARRICK DEHART, who in the game last week against UC Irvine became the all-time leading scorer here at Santa Barbara. Excellent player and a first-class citizen.
Yeah, he's been showing everybody his capabilities of scoring, and tonight will be a good opportunity for the nation to see that.
Let's take a look at the officials in this game. Frank Fassoni will be the lead official with Bob Garibaldi on the right and Bobby McCroy on the left. Just about set to get started. Let's take a look at the game notes in this game. Interesting, I think. Cal State Fullerton, the first time that the Titans have been on national television since 1978, but what a year that was for them.
Well, they had a great team then, but they played against a tough team against Arkansas. That was with Sidney Martin-Creek, Marvin Delp, and Ron Brewer. That was the team the next year that went on and played against Larry Bird at Indiana State.
And they lost by 4 points. Had they have beaten Arkansas in that game, they'd have gone to the Final Four. Santa Barbara 11 up, 5 down. They want to keep the game in the 60s, as we said, and you can see they've won 10 out of 11 when they've managed to do that. And the simple fact is, Santa Barbara gives their opponents one shot.
Well, that's the big thing. They're like the 4th best rebound ratio than anybody in the country. So Santa Barbara can rebound with anybody, and that's what Fullerton's got to do if they want a chance in this one.
Here's another important player, I think it's fair to say, for the Titans in this game, Wayne Williams. He's going to have to try to control the tempo. They can't afford too many turnovers, and they have to shoot it better. And this is the guy that can shoot it. Loves to take it to the hole, and does it right there. Sabalos.
Well, we'll see that all night. One of the things that has to happen as far as Santa Barbara's concerned is don't let Sabalos beat you on the dribble, because that's what he's best at.
Sabalos has been on the roll, too. He's had 3 or 4 excellent games in a row. Gray to the basket, too soft. Gets it back, and the second try is good.
I think that's another well-kept secret right there in Gary Gray. He's second on the team in rebounding, and, you know, he's one of the top field goal percentage shooters, but that's how he gets them on the rebound basket.
And I think the first 43 seconds of this game are the game in microcosm. On the break, DeHart. Outside jumper, Hill, and he can shoot it also. More than half the scoring for the Titans being done between Hill and Sabalos.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. But I think what's critical for Fullerton is that they don't come out here and get off to a very bad start. They're off here now, and they're off to a slow start. But that's when they fall on the road, when they get off to a bad start. So they need to stay in the game early.
And they have done that with some consistency. We'll talk a little more about that. MacArthur can't quite find a handle, and coming away with it is Williams, who'll take it all the way to the basket. No call on the play. There was some contact, so the officials letting him play early, and Anderson backs it out. We talk about how Fullerton has gotten out of the blocks. Against Colorado State, a game they lost, they were down 10-0. Against UCLA, a game which they lost by 12, they were down 19-7. Against Wyoming, they went down 32-11.
Saw one of the things that MacArthur was great at. Hill took the ball in too far inside and got it blocked.
Jones for the jumper. Won't go. MacArthur averaging 4 blocks a game over the last 6 games.
That's what we talked about, shot selection. That time, Mark Hill, one of the players that's subject to force a shot, just took a bad shot, and MacArthur got his hand on it.
MacArthur gets the chore of Sabalos for the moment. And he's alone. And another turnover. And here is DeHart to the basket. A little hard, but he got the foul on Sabalos.
One of the real traits of Santa Barbara is their ability to get their hands on the ball. You see CARRICK DeHart do a great job just getting his hand on the ball and putting his body in position to protect himself. This time he's got 2 foul shots.
Characteristic, I think, of a Jerry Pym team. They play great defense. They're ball hawks. They force turnovers.
They're a very well-coached team. Jerry's done a great job here in 3 or 4 years getting his team some national recognition. I was talking to him today. I think Jerry's got
You're
one
ready
of the
to move.
best
You had the car packed.
in the country. You got the mountains on one side, the water on the other. And the thing he says, and I think it's really good for him, is that if he gets a kid here on campus, 9 times out of 10, they come to Santa Barbara.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to.
It really is a beautiful campus here. And another turnover, and fast hands that time, too. Here comes Jones in a lane. Good pass to Gray, but he couldn't handle it on the baseline. So a squandered opportunity for the Gauchos.
But you see, the Gauchos are running a lot more than we talked about at the top of the show. So one of the things I'm sure Jerry Pym told his team is, guys, let's take opportunity breaks. When we look like we have advantage in numbers, let's push it up and see what we have, not bring it back out. 4
early turnovers caused by the Gauchos. Turnaround jumper and a fine effort that time by David Moody. It is important for Fullerton not to get David Moody in foul trouble. And that has been a problem for him.
A little full court pressure, trying to get some turnovers so they can get easy hoop to the Titans.
MacArthur the jumper, too hard. But MacArthur gets it back and has it on the second try.
You don't finish defense on the defensive end until you've gotten the rebound. That time, I just thought that Fullerton did a bad job of blocking out. Worked hard to get the shot, but just didn't block out.
Outside jumper, Williams nails it.
National TV does something to people because Williams is not supposed to make that shot.
Put his picture on the air, you see what happens? Johnson, nice pass to DeHart underneath, can't get it, fight for the rebound, ball still loose. Here come the Titans, 3-on-1. In the middle, Sabalos on the feed to Hill. And Sabalos there for the follow.
You hear in the background John Snead is saying nice job because he wants his team to get this tempo up because that's what they need to play.
MacArthur down low, turnaround. So MacArthur with a pair of baskets. Here's Sabalos, really works the baseline well for the reverse.
That's where he's really strong on the baseline. He goes either way down on the baseline, that time wisely using the basket to protect himself from the block.
And another turnover and a foul, reach-in foul on Johnson. A little bit of a frustration foul and a nice play by Mark Hill. And we're going to take a timeout. 15 minutes, 9 seconds remaining. Well, we mentioned earlier what a good home team the Santa Barbara Gauchos are, and as you can see, since 1986, they have won 42 out of the 50 games they've played here.
I think that's always a good sign of where your program is going when you can dominate your home court, and as you can see by those numbers, Santa Barbara's been able to do that very well.
Of course, throughout the Big West Conference, you probably can make the same statement. There's a lot of solid home court advantages in this conference.
I have been impressed with the basketball in the Big West. Coming from the Big Ten, I'm used to the knock 'em over kind of basketball. Play a very aggressive brand, but out here in the Big West, they're not quite as aggressive in that regard, but they're usually a very quick team.
Santa Barbara, incidentally, just played what might have been its best game of the season in a losing effort. They lost by 2 at Las Vegas, and you talk about home court edge. And again, a rejection by MacArthur. That's 2, and he's averaging 3.6 per game.
Just extremely quick off his feet. You see, he gets back and recovers and just gets that block, and I'm not sure what David Moody thought was going on, but I thought it was actually a good job by MacArthur just to get back in that area.
He has an arm span of 7 feet 3 inches.
That's what's incredible. He's only 6'7", a slight body, very active body, but just because of that active body, able to get to a lot of shots, and by virtue of that is the leading shot blocker in the conference.
Ceballos inbounds deep for Williams.
Now Santa Barbara has come out now and they've changed their defense from man to man. They're playing like a matchup zone.
A.G. Ward in the ball game, too hard. And underneath, we're going to have a foul called on, I believe it's on Moody. Ceballos was also there, but I think they gave it to Moody. They did.
But that's one of those fouls coach doesn't mind. That's an offensive rebound foul. You need those every now and then. At least you know your player's trying to get some baskets off the rebound.
Pressure really hasn't bothered Santa Barbara too much.
Titans drop back in the matchup zone. They keep a man on the ball, but they're basically in a zone.
There's those long arms of MacArthur. Forced that shot up in traffic. And Ward with the rebound. Obviously, the Gauchos trying to jam the ball inside. MacArthur overplaying Ward, fouled him. There's Jerry Pym. We were kidding him about having the greatest job in college basketball.
He just laughed.
Lives on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
Drives a convertible.
Worries if he might get too much sun.
That's his biggest problem.
Yeah, that's his biggest problem. But he's really done an outstanding job with this program. I'll tell you that. You know, it struggled for a while just before Jerry got here. Jerry spent 22 years at Utah and thought it was time to get back to Southern California where he's from, and has gotten here, and as we said, has done a good job. Very sound basketball team.
Yeah, it really is. His name keeps coming up for jobs in other places, and every time I ask him about it, he just kind of shakes his head and laughs.
No chance.
Aaron Wilhite. No, I beg your pardon, that is still Ward in the ballgame. Hill got into the lane, got bumped that time by DEHART.
So I think that's good. There's only 14 seconds left on the shot clock. I think for Fullerton, that's good. I mean, obviously, they don't take a bad shot if you use that much time on the clock, but you also make the defense work a great deal more than they're accustomed to working. So I think that Fullerton should be proud that they're doing that. The fans were trying to, you know, applaud saying it was good defense, but it's good offense, too.
Mark Hill, as you see, pretty good free throw shooter. Can't get that one. Substitution coming on for the Gauchos as Lucius Davis enters the ball game, and Idris Jones leaves. This is a young Santa Barbara team by and large too. They do lose MacArthur and CARRICK DEHART.
Yeah, but they've got good leadership from those guys. So you know, Davis and these kids they know what needs to be done, and Davis is a good offensive player. So he's learned from the offensive side of things with CARRICK DEHART.
Great pass by Davis to get the ball to MacArthur, who drew the foul. Foul is on A.G. Ward. Moody leaves, and now Wilhite comes on for him.
The one spot that's really given John Snead from Fullerton some concern is the center spot. And what he's talked about doing is trying to get 10 points, 10 rebounds as a combination from that group. You know, and guarding people like, you know, MacArthur makes it extremely difficult for them to do that, because the rebound is where MacArthur will go get anything that looks like it's coming off the rim.
And it's obvious, too, that Jerry Pym has decided he's going to jam the ball in. He's going to try to get him in early foul trouble. Frankly, I don't remember the Gauchos taking an outside shot in this game yet.
No, they wisely, as we talked about, well-coached team understand, let's go inside out, and if they shut down the inside, then we go outside. But if they start making it inside, they've got you coming in going.
Behind a screen, Ceballos. Rejection number 3 by MacArthur.
Boy, he swatted that one.
Ceballos tries it again. That's his first miss. second try this time. Ward in the lane. It won't go. And a fight. Ward comes away with it again. Blocked from behind by MacArthur, but a foul.
You're talking about a wingspan. You'll see out of the blue, it just comes MacArthur, and he gets over there and swats at guy. And then he gets, he comes over his own man to block that shot. Now what he's got to learn to do with that is keep the ball controlled. They talk about the great shot blocking ability of Alonzo Mourning at Georgetown. MacArthur can be a great shot blocker, but the real key to being a great shot blocker is keeping the ball in play, controlling that block. Significantly,
MacArthur will leave with 2 personal fouls, and Bob Erbst will come on. He's a transfer from Southern California. And I'll tell you, you can make a pretty good team out here on the West Coast with transfers from Southern California.
They've had some players, Hank Gathers, Bo Kimball, Tom Lewis, Erbst. They've had some players that transferred from Southern Cal. Now this young man here is the son of the great Major League Baseball player, Gary Wood. So he's got some athletic ability. Was starting. Snead decided to bring him off the bench to get a little more player, active player off the bench. And I think AG's has worked out a lot better coming off the bench.
Been very active on the offensive board since he's been in there. Davis to Gray in the lane for the jumper. Davis has made a couple of good passes since he's been in.
Yeah, he has, and Gary has made some great shots too. I just think that's a good deal for them to have Gary in there.
Davis gets the call now on Sabalos, and a nice rejection again by Johnson. Here comes Davis to the basket. Missed it. They've had a couple of easy shots that have missed them. Here's Williams the other way. Wilhite misses. And here come the Gauchos. Johnson wisely waited for help. DeHart for 3. Nails it.
That was a big-time 3 there.
First 3-point shot of the game. You mentioned the Gauchos have been jamming it inside. Hey, Davis doing a pretty good job denying Sabalos the ball. That time, though, Sabalos took advantage of the fact that Davis was fronting him and slammed it home.
Good ball movement calls that. The Titans did a good job keeping the ball going from side to side, and wisely Sabalos just held his position and got it.
Foul from behind, Hill on DeHart. And Jones will come back on for UCSB, and we'll take a timeout with 11:17 remaining in a half post-game. The cast is an exclusive presentation of Creative Sports Marketing in association with ESPN. Any use, free broadcast, or other transmission of this game without the written consent of Creative Sports Marketing and ESPN is prohibited. UCSB is shooting it at 50% so far, only 37% shooting for the Titans, and that is what has plagued them all year long on the road. They're 0-7.
They still found a way to stay in this game. They've been getting some foul shots, which has really helped them.
Davis put it on the floor, now puts it up. Too hard. Bob Erbst gets it back. Now Gray in the lane. He's short with that one. And it'll be the Titans' ball. Titans doing a scrappy job defensively.
Well, that's what they've got to do, Barry. They've got to be scrappy and come up with loose balls. I always use loose balls as an indicator as to which team is being the more aggressive. Particularly if you're undermanned in terms of size or just overall ability, you've got to come up with loose balls to have a shot at the game.
Outside jumper is up and no good by Sabalos.
You got to get out there for Sabalos. If he gets a peek at it, he can stick it.
So Sabalos showing a great scoring ability inside and out. He's got 10.
Very active zone defense here. Matchup zone.
That's DeHart, and he has another. And DeHart's been on something of a shooting roll lately.
Now, after a shooting slump, he went through a 4-game shooting slump. At one point, he was shooting about 18, 19%. But since then, he's come out of it. But you know what's deceptive about him? He's got long arms because he took that shot over Sabalos. But Sabalos couldn't get to it, and it was just because DEHART's arms are so long.
Hill for 3. He had 7 3-pointers against Utah State, and since that time, counting that last one, as DEHART sticks another one. Hill is now 0 for 12 from 3-point range.
Don't worry, that won't stop him from shooting. That's that shooter's mentality. They figure you can't get hot if you don't keep shooting.
Meanwhile, CARRICK DEHART going the other way.
Again, you see the zone defense being played by Santa Barbara.
Loose ball again, diving forward on the floor. Gray gets it for the Gauchos. A lot of hustle on both sides here. Gray on the blocks, turnaround, rejection by Anderson. And Anderson at the other end. Now Moody will come back on, so will Derek Crane. Hill leaves, and Wilhite leaves.
John Snead trying to get his team a breather here. They're obviously on the road. You get excited about playing on national TV, being Fullerton's first time. Emotion drains you, so Snead doing a good job rotating his players in and out of the game.
Yeah, he'll go 9, maybe even 10 deep. Michael Meyer is on for the Gauchos. There is a look at the head coach of the Fullerton Titans, his second year here. This is Meyer. DEHART behind the screen. He'll take another, and got another.
And that was a set play. Ball goes to DEHART, throws it to one side of the court, goes away, and then all of a sudden there's a pick. Now that's in a zone. There's a pick in the zone to get DEHART open for that shot.
Eric DEHART with 10 points early. Crane tries it. That's a 2, and it gets nothing. Also brings the crowd into this game. DEHART again good ball movement for the Gauchos.
Good patience. He's coming in the corner, wide open.
There he is. That was a little lost.
He missed it, but what they do, Santa Barbara, is just stay very patient and just try to wait till DEHART gets open. That time he took the shot and was trying to come in for the rebound. They called Johnson.
So Johnson guilty of the foul. Timeout on the floor. 7:32 remaining in the half. 24-17. I think, Quinn, that the Gauchos have made this run without Eric MacArthur in the game. He went out about 4 minutes ago with his second personal foul.
Well, what they're able to do is get a more active crew in there in terms of overall defense. But they don't lose a lot because Gary is also a great rebounder. You see from the 3-point range, Santa Barbara's 3 for 4. But they don't lose a lot in the rebounding, and they have great interior defense. And they get part of that by Gary playing well inside Ertz, but they also get great help from the rest of the team. So they make up for some of the things that they lose when MacArthur goes out of the game.
Well, CARRICK DEHART has sure picked up the scoring load. We said he had 10 a couple of moments ago. Let's correct that. He has 15 points. Outside jumper this time up and good by Sabalos. Nice touch.
It's a great touch. And again, good patience after the timeout. You notice that's what had been missing from the Titans offense. All of a sudden they got hurried. Crane took a shot. He shot an air ball. And all of a sudden the one thing that happened after the timeout, patience. They get a good shot for Sabalos.
Sabalos has 12. Evers Jones just a freshman. And down low on a nice pass, blocked from behind by Moody. But the Gauchos will set it up again.
Well, the Gauchos have taken out CARRICK DEHART, and they've gotten in the young man from Joliet, Illinois, Meyer, who's also a great shooter.
So the Gauchos trying to make do now without Eric and CARRICK. Sort of lyric, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Now, if the Titans are going to make a run, this is the time to make the run. You know, because as you said, Carrick and Eric are out of the game. So this is their chance to make it.
Idris Jones, he's a freshman. There's Meyer.
He can stick it. He missed that one, but he can shoot the shot.
It'll be the Titans' ball. Off of Johnson. Titans going with Williams and Ward, Sabalos, Moody, and Hill right now.
Ward is the one player I've seen the Titans get hot on the inside, on the interior, and that's something that they really should look for.
Sabalos, little floater, won't go. And Moody's second try is good off the glass.
Well, that was an outstanding rebound because I thought Gary Gray did a good job of trying to block Moody out, but Moody was still able to come up with it.
And we're back to a three-point game. Jones in traffic, short. And here come the Titans. Sabalos 2-on-2. Pulls up at the baseline and nails it. Nice move.
You see, Barry, he always wants to glide toward that baseline. And it's not a bad play because the one thing that you can avoid going to the baseline is defensive help.
Again, very good ball movement. Herbst inside, kicks it outside now. Johnson is short.
I'm sure we'll see Eric and Carrick get back in the game now. There's no way you can continue to do that, so get Jerry Pym.
Titans have a chance to take the lead. Hill for three. Yes! First one in 13 tries for Mark Hill.
What'd I tell you about a shooter?
That's right.
You throw enough mud on the wall, some of it's got to stick.
Jerry Pym can't hurry Eric and Derek in quick enough.
He would like to see a foul happen here or something.
Jones from the corner. No. Titans ball. And now wholesale substitutions. Anderson and Sykes come on for the Titans. A.G. and Moody, A.G. Ward and Moody both coming off. And they gave John Snead some good minutes.
They really did. You get good minutes off the bench. You can't complain about that at all. The one thing that is going to be a bit of a problem if you're not careful for Santa Barbara, you got MacArthur back in the game. I know he's fresh, but you run the risk of him getting his third foul here in the first half.
Yeah, and they can ill afford to lose him. Williams for three. Yes! Eight-point run now. More than that. It's a 13-point run. And a push foul on Gray. Things going from bad to worse for the home team here.
Yeah, it really are. Gray, in his effort to try to set a pick to get DEHART open, just got a little too aggressive. I'm sure Jerry Pym would like to see him take his time. He's going to sit him down and talk to him about it a little bit.
So Gray will sit. Bob Herbst comes back on.
Man-to-man defense again being played by Santa Barbara.
Hill to the baseline, cut off, floats it up anyway. No, but the follow by Sykes.
Again, move the defense around. It allows you offensive rebound baskets. That's what's got the Titans back in the game. They've been able to get a couple of those and three-pointers.
Well, we were speculating at the beginning of this program that the Titans would likely only get one shot. That has not been the case.
No, and that's to their credit, just moving the defense.
Jones had a good look, but missed the shot. MacArthur gets it back, puts it up, and can't get it. And Sabalos with a rebound. Here's Williams behind the back in the lane, pulls up. No.
It's a bad decision.
And almost another turnover, but MacArthur got the gimme.
Yeah, he got the gimme, and I'm looking at John Snead. He's asking his team, where are you going? You don't have the ball. I mean, and that was absolutely the case. You see two Santa Barbara players came up with the ball, MacArthur getting a basket.
There you see the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Double dribble. Good call.
Bobby McCroy on the call. 2:23 left first half. Fullerton State 31, UCSB 26. We'll be back. The Titans of Fullerton 31 and the Santa Barbara Gauchos 26 with 2:23 left and a half. Eric MacArthur, as we mentioned, tied for the lead nationally with Bonner of the St. Louis Billikens, Campbell of Southwest Missouri State. MacArthur has 7 rebounds so far tonight.
Well, he's been active on the rebounding. He got a little bit too aggressive. He's got 2 fouls here. But I'm sure that since he's got a chance to get his legs under him, getting that break sitting out with the fouls, he'll get a chance to get himself some more.
Fullerton getting more second shots than Santa Barbara. That is uncharacteristic. Carrick DeHart nails another 3. That's 4 threes for DeHart.
You can't go out at Carrick DeHart with your hands at your side. That time said Sabelos just went out there and just looked at the young man, and Carrick can shoot that one easily.
18 for Carrick DeHart. Hill.
Basket.
Did everything but make it.
Yeah, he normally makes that one all day.
A reminder that coming up at halftime, John Saunders will tell you all the scores, show you all the highlights, bring you right up to date with everything that happened in the sport of college basketball tonight. That's all at halftime, just about 1 minute and 40 seconds away. Sabalos, and he won't miss that one too often either. Sykes runs down a rebound.
Again, offensive rebound. That's what's keeping the Titans in the game.
That's 9 offensive rebounds for the Titans in the first half.
They're reminding Wayne Williams about his shot that didn't quite make it to the basket.
With another turnover and a 4-on-2. MacArthur to the basket, rejected by Anderson. And they got him for a foul, I think. He didn't get much of the body, I'll tell you that.
No, he didn't. I don't think there's any question that there might have been a foul. Though you see, after the turnover, you push the ball up, take advantage of what's there, and MacArthur take it to the hole strong. And you see coming across his arm. Well, I'm coming across his arm, as the officials say.
Yeah, all right.
But I still think, yeah, I'm a proponent of this. If you have a guy going for a layup, don't let him shoot it uncontested. I mean, make him make 2 free throws.
MacArthur 65% at the free throw line. And a rebound in the lane. Excellent rebound by Davis. He's in there for an hour and a half, and finally they call 3 seconds.
What are you using, an hour and a half?
So I stretched the point, you know.
I give him 5 minutes, but an hour and a half? That was pretty good. I like that one, man.
Inside a minute to go in the first half. And they really are reminding Williams. I'll tell you that. MacArthur got a hand in on that one, knocked it out of bounds. It'll still be the Titans' ball. You got to like the way MacArthur plays the game, man.
Oh, he plays it all the way. I mean, on the ground after loose balls. He does the dirty work, gets the rebounds, he plays defense. I'll tell you, the one thing that works in his favor, MacArthur, is that when you come into the pros, if you can play defense, rebound, and will do the dirty work, you get a good chance to play.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Larry Smith.
He's a lot like Larry Smith. He's got that live body.
Underneath the basket, away from the ball, a foul is called on Moody.
But you know who the foul was called with? Gary is in everything. Gary Gray is involved in a lot of plays and a lot that you don't see on a stat sheet. That time he got Moody involved in a little tussling match, and the official called Moody and called him for the foul.
And Jerry Pym doing a very wise thing here. He'll take MacArthur out for the last 28 seconds of the half and not take any chance at all of Eric picking up his 3rd personal foul.
See, this is my kind of player. Gary Gray is my kind of player. I mean, you don't set plays for him, run set plays for him. You get no offense for him, but he's the 2nd leading rebounder on the team. He's great from field goal percentage. He's one of those rock 'em, sock 'em, just get in there and get rebounds. Do the dirty work.
Ceballos the rebound off the miss. So 1 out of 2, and we're tied at 31. Entertaining first half of basketball.
It's been a good first half of basketball. It's been a little different than I think you and I had anticipated.
But it is, interestingly enough, after a very fast start, the game really is being played at the Gauchos tempo. Remember, they've won 10 out of 11 when they've kept their opponents under 70 points. Foul called on DEHART with 5 seconds left. Second personal foul on CARRICK DEHART.
Does that mean they don't like the call?
I would think so, yes.
Okay.
Student body here at Santa Barbara stands for the entire game. And Williams misses it. And that'll get the crowd on him pretty good. DeHart's going to have to hurry here. Gray got it up in time and hit it hard off the glass. Not a bad effort just to get the shot up. So we come to the end of the first half, but a very interesting first 20 minutes of basketball. A lot closer, frankly, than I thought it would be. And Fullerton really doing everything that we sort of said they have to do to be in the game at this juncture.
Well, I think they've done an outstanding job, and most notably by their shot selection. You know, they took shots that after moving the defense around, which is really important. And what that does is, first, it increases your percentages because you're taking shots you want to take. Secondly, and most importantly, it moves the defense and allows you a chance for some rebound baskets. And I think that's the reason Fullerton has stayed in the game so well.
Yeah, Cedric Ceballos is doing pretty much what we expected, but what we didn't expect is the opportunities that Fullerton has had for second chances. That really has been the key for them. Let's take a look at some of the action for the first game and show you what we mean.
Well, Cedric is such an active player. They try to get the ball to him at all costs as Fullerton. And you see he takes it up here with some authority, letting everybody know, if I get it, I'm going to get it in. So you better not let me get it. But you see him from the other side, going to the baseline, his real strength. He missed this shot, but this is what's really helped Fullerton. You see right here, Moody doing a good job getting the ball on the offensive rebound, but just touching it in off the glass. The kind of thing that's really just kept Fullerton in the game.
Moody's a guy who has been plagued with early foul trouble, but not today. Santa Barbara also second tries, but that's what they make a living off of.
Well, you expect them to have a lot of second tries, and particularly this man. He's leading the nation in rebounding. You see Eric McCarthy get that shot up. But the guy that I've really impressed with, having seen him only a couple times, is CARRICK DEHART. Shoots the ball well, has great patience, a guy that you'd like to follow if you're on the team. Talking to Jerry Pym earlier today, he was saying, Quinn, you'd like this guy. He's a good guy, and I like him the way he plays.
Take a look at the numbers. Remember we said Fullerton was shooting only 40% on the road coming into this game. Much better today, Quinn.
Well, the 11 for 17 is over 60%, just under 65%. So that's what they've had to do. They've done extremely well. You see they're leading in rebounding there also. And the three-pointers are 2 for 3. But the turnovers, they're a little high. But you see Santa Barbara, as you can see, 6 for 8, 19 rebounds. They've kept the ball down in terms of turnovers, but we got a good game, and it's a tied score, which I don't think either one of us thought that would be.
A lot of those turnovers for the Titans, too, came very early in the first half. They really settled down, and since they did, right in the ball game, we're tied at halftime. Well, before we start the second half, let's take a look at some of the individual numbers. Cedric Ceballos has had a brilliant game. Not only a brilliant scoring game, but he's also got 8 rebounds for the Titans.
Well, you expect him to get off to a good start, but you see he's got 14 points. Williams unexpectedly has 5. Hill is off to the slow start. Moody's been a surprise for the Titans. You see Ward and Sykes both have 2. But this is the real key here is what's missing. There's nobody there but 3 players. And given that this team has 5 guys that average almost double figures, this is the real surprise. DEHART 18, as you can see, Cal State Fullerton at 14 points for Ceballos. The 9 offensive rebounds is what's critical. They've been able to get some second shot opportunities. Santa Barbara's got 18 points from DEHART, but really sticking to 3-pointers. They got 4 of them. DEHART has made all of them.
And Santa Barbara has only been out-rebounded twice. Actually, they've only been out-rebounded on one occasion. Pacific tied them in rebounds, and the only time that they have been out-rebounded was to Las Vegas all year long.
Well, as we said at the top of the show, they're like the 4th best team in the country in terms of rebound margin, averaging 10 rebounds better than the opposition.
They started off just as they did in the first half, but what looked to be a set play to Eric McCarthy.
I'm sure in halftime, one of the things Jerry Pym said is, guys, let's get back to where we got the lead from. We went inside, outside. We got late in the game, and we started trying to shoot jump shots.
Here's Hill, and the Titans need him And here's another second try, but this time Moody has it knocked away, and Anderson, the frustration foul, reaching in on Jones. Just underway second half. Barry Tompkins with Quinn Buckner. You look at John Sneed, second year head coach at Fullerton.
The Titans have to come out and to play against Jerry Pimm's Gauchos. The Titans really have to get back to pushing it up a little bit more. All of a sudden get the game to their tempo. They've gotten it down, walk down, slow down tempo. That's what the Gauchos would rather do.
MacArthur again inside, won't go. Moody clears the board emphatically.
Man-to-man defense been played by the Gauchos.
They left Sabalos open, and he nailed it. That was a 3.
3 points, Cedric Sabalos.
Token pressure, full court.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of lines on this floor. I have to think, especially for a visiting team, look at all those lines. Hard to tell when you really are across the timeline.
Yeah, it really is, and sometimes it can be confusing for officials if they don't officiate a lot of games in this facility.
I know somebody at ESPN was telling me DeHart missing his first attempt of the second half. Somebody at ESPN was telling me you can always tell a West Coast game because they play volleyball out here and they got the volleyball lines. You don't see that in the East.
Van Anderson trying to get some consideration for what he thought was a foul on the other end.
On the rebound, number 21, Van Anderson, 4th personal foul. He's replaced by number 33, A.G. Ward.
Ward's in the game now. It's a better rebounding team, but it's a little slower team with Anderson out. Anderson is a very good all-around player. Doesn't score a lot, but he doesn't turn the ball over. A.G. Ward is just a slower player. That means the Titans probably can't run nearly as much.
And here's another turnover. Here come the Titans with an opportunity. Nice play by Sabalos to take it down the middle. And as you said, you don't give them an easy basket.
No, you don't. You make people earn baskets, and particularly when you play on the road, as Sabalos is doing, you get an opportunity. Good defense gives you turnover. Sabalos gets the ball, and he goes behind. Got lucky that time, but he pushed the ball up, goes in, and Johnson fouls him. But that's what you do. You make people earn foul shots, particularly if they're playing on the road.
Talking about the fact a lot of pro scouts in the stands tonight. I know you saw an old pal of yours, Wayne Embry.
Yeah, Wayne drafted me to Milwaukee when I first started playing in the league, and I'm a little too old to say when that was. But he's here watching Sabalos, DeHart, and MacArthur, I'm sure. As well as I understand that Pete Newell is also in the crowd. We were anticipating upwards of 10 scouts to be here to watch this game. It's a good opportunity to see two kids play against each other.
I was going to mention, it was probably this guy right here, Cedric Sabalos, who probably brought the scouts out, maybe a little bit MacArthur, but they got to like what they're seeing in CARRICK DeHart tonight.
I like CARRICK DeHart. CARRICK DeHart can play on the next level. I don't think there's any question about it.
Jones that time tried to work his way around A.G. Ward. Ward fouled him.
Number 33, A.G. Ward.
So 3 early fouls on Fullerton here to start the second half.
You got to be careful with only a little more than 2 minutes gone. That can come back to haunt you. Get into the penalty too early.
Davis got a man in the air, steps in, takes a shot, won't go. And Williams saves it nicely for Sabalos.
They're giving Wayne Williams some heat for Fullerton about his air ball, but he's primarily a passer, so he can let him make all that noise if he makes good passes.
Nice shot by Ward in traffic.
See, he can make that shot. Matter of fact, they beat Long Beach State at home. Ward was the guy to do it because he was making that exact shot.
And Fullerton on a little bit of a run again here to start the second half. Jones, no. And a second chance, Davis. First 2 for Davis, and it's significant in the fact that he is only now the 4th Gaucho to score in this game. Hill. Not this time. Second try again. Sabalos underneath. Too hard off the glass. Fight for the rebound. MacArthur lets it go to Sabalos, who puts it in.
was a good effort on both parts. I thought the officials did the right thing. There was no need to make a call that time.
MacArthur comes back the other way off the left side, and all of a sudden there's a lid on the basket so far as the Gauchos are concerned. 9-point run here for the Titans. They had a 13-point run in the first half. Hill can't get it. Ceballos, an offensive rebound, the reverse. Yes!
That time, said Ceballos just stayed after it. MacArthur's been plagued by the fouls and didn't want to get another foul by reaching in and doing something dumb. Allow Ceballos to get a chance to get a rebound basket.
And Jerry Pym calls a timeout. 15:42 remaining in the ball game, and it is the Titans of Fullerton. And we are back where Fullerton leads Santa Barbara 42-35. Here's another look at that last sequence.
Keith Hill, Mark Hill taking the shot there, missed it, but just watch this effort by Seth Ceballos. He fights two Gauchos for the ball, just makes a way to get in there and get the basket. That's why all of the pro scouts are looking at Ceballos, because you don't have to create shots for him. He creates them for himself.
Outside and wide open. Johnson, no. And Hill runs it down. And here come the Titans with a chance to increase this lead.
That time, the Gauchos got the shot they wanted, but it looked like Johnson may have been almost too wide open.
That time stepping in front nicely is Johnson. Turnover, and here come the Gauchos. Overpassed it that time. MacArthur tried to force it into Gray coming off the baseline.
Well, interior passing has been one of the real strengths of the Gauchos, but that time, if you're right, it was just one pass too many.
Hill in traffic, leaves it nicely for Ward. Too hard off the glass. Ceballos is there for another offensive rebound and another putback.
They've got to put a body on him. The Gauchos have to do a better job on Ceballos. They know that he's one of the leading rebounders in the conference. That time, Cedric's doing a great job. He's got 25 points.
Gray down low, turnaround, short. MacArthur, second try, blocked from behind by Moody, and it's a jump ball call. He got all ball, good call. And the possession arrow pointing toward the Titans. Watch this play.
Well, Gray takes a shot, and you see coming into your screen is MacArthur, who gets the ball aggressively, and if you watch, there's all ball right there. The official makes the right call, there's no doubt about it.
Make one correction, something we said a little bit earlier about the fact that the Titans were 0-7 on the road. Yes, they have 7 losses on the road, but they have won a couple games, and one of them on the road was against Long Beach State, and that is not an easy place to play.
No, I happened to do that game, and it was a great game by the Titans. They happened to get a long shot by Wayne Williams, but it makes no difference. All you know is that the Titans won.
Well, the Gauchos are going to have to get it back together because Cedric Ceballos is right at the moment being a one-man gang and killing them.
Well, he's killing them on the offensive and defensively. I just think that the Titans are doing a better job. They've been much more aware of where CARRICK DEHART is, because if you notice here with gone almost 7 minutes out of the half, DEHART hadn't scored.
Hadn't even touched the ball that much. That zone working very effectively here. There's the alley-oop from MacArthur.
That's that noise you were talking about.
Got the crowd a little rowdy now. Underneath, Ceballos again.
Good inside action. There was a pick by David Moody to get Ceballos open. Great inside action, and Jerry Pym is trying to get a call just to say that there was a little too good of picks being set.
MacArthur inside, tried to get it up in traffic, drew the foul that time.
The pass to MacArthur, the Gauchos have been able to get that all year long, and one of the things that John Snead was trying to say is that you cannot allow that pass into the interior of the defense. Right in the center of your scheme, you just watch. That pass you can get all day long because the defense points are there on every man And if you come from the backside of a defense, you're always able to get open. That time, Eric MacArthur got open.
John Snead will go a little smaller now as he brings A.G. and Ward out, or A.G. Ward and Moody out, and comes back with Wilhite and Anderson.
Anderson's good all-around player. Ward, for whatever reasons, had some trouble with conditioning. And talking to John Snead, he wants to make sure that he gets the board in and out while he's still effective, so the guy, he doesn't lose any confidence for getting tired, not getting some things done that he knows he can do.
MacArthur, 1 out of 2. Stems the tide for a moment.
Matchup. We got Sabelos being guarded by MacArthur.
MacArthur overplayed him, got a hand on the ball. Now Sabelos takes it to the basket, a little bit short with the layup. And a foul is called underneath, offensive against Wilhite.
Well, Sabelos takes a shot that I'm not sure he can really get off, but he tries anyway, and you'll watch right here over the back. I don't think there's any question about it. Wilhite got called for the foul.
Davis won't get it. MacArthur, second try, yes.
Same thing that got the Fullerton Titans in the game can get them out of it. That time, an offensive rebound basket.
MacArthur just doing what MacArthur does. Hill got DeHart in the air. DeHart came back, but got a piece of the ball. But there's Sabelos again underneath.
Boy, he is like oxygen. He's all over the place. Jeez.
I'll tell you what, the scouts have got to like what they're seeing in Cedric Sabelos tonight.
You know, pro scouts like active bodies, and Cedric Sabelos has as active body as anybody. But as I said, on this end again, the Titans are allowing the ball to get inside of the defense, and if you do that, boy, it just breaks the whole defensive thought process and pattern down.
Outside, Williams nails one. Well, the crowd had been on him.
They got real silent with that air ball talk, too.
Aikens in the ball game for the Gauchos. Turned around that time, blocked by Sabelos. You know, if there was any kind of a rap on Sabelos, it was on the defensive end, and he has not been a liability on that end of the floor tonight either.
Well, he's really coming to play here tonight. There's no question about it.
51-42, 10:38 left, and Williams has been rather quiet tonight, and here's the man who has made it so. Cedric Sabelos, that's not a bad line.
Hey, we still have 10 minutes to go in the half. The man's got 31 and 14. You think that he knows that he's got some company in the stands watching him here today? I mean, he's really played an outstanding game. As you said, the rap had been whether or not he came to play every day. I think he's proven to the people, particularly he's proven to me that he can get it done. I like his active body. He's always active, going after it, coming up with rebounds. I like that.
Amazing thing, of course, in the NBA these days, you just can't be one-dimensional.
No, you really can't. There's too many good players, too many smart athletes. You've got to be able to give it on more than one play.
DeHart threw the foul on a three-point shot, so Williams jumping out at him, giving him a healthy respect.
Foul on the shot, number 10, Wayne Williams. First personal. Team foul number 7.
Shooting has dropped off actually for both teams in the second half. 36% for the game now for Santa Barbara, and 46% for Fullerton. Ever Fullerton was up over 60 at the half, but it's the second shots that have really been the difference for the Titans.
Yeah, it really is. In the second half shooting, 54% for Fullerton, 45% for Santa Barbara.
gets it too hard off the glass. Rebound is loose. Wilhite gets it back and has it the second time.
Again, you can just add that up to the center point. You got Aaron Wilhite in there getting the basket. But second shot opportunities, we've said it all night. That is just a function of not blocking out. I don't care how you look at it. Sabalos is tough to get to, but you've got to get to him and block him out. That time, Wilhite got a shot.
That was Akins down low, and he couldn't get it to go. And a foul's called on Wilhite. Meyer comes on, and so will Gary Gray, replacing Davis. Lucius Davis and Eric MacArthur leave.
Meyer's a shooter. He can get you some three-pointers. He's a freshman, but he's a shooter. Tough thing about freshmen, you're not sure what they're going to give you. But on the other side, you got, Gary Gray, banger in there, get you some rebounds. That's the other side of the coin. That the Gauchos have got to get some rebounds, and particularly on the offensive end.
Ulysses Akins at the line, one of 3 seniors on this Gaucho team.
Otherwise known as the A-Train.
He was bageled, however, at the free throw line. That's the call. Turnover will come the other way. 10-point Titan lead, their biggest.
They call a foul on Aaron Wilhite.
You're right, they did.
But that's a turnover. You're coming down, you got an opportunity, John Sneed's club, trying to get a shot at the basket, and Wilhite gets an offensive foul. That's a turnover. We can't afford to have those.
And they will bring Moody back on.
This is one of those times, if you're Aaron Wilhite, I don't know if you're quite that anxious to get over here, because now I got to explain what I did on that play.
2 quick fouls since he came back. And Moody comes back on. Moody's playing with 3 fouls. And Akins gets that one down. One for 2. Sabalos working on Akins. And Hill leans in, won't get it, but does draw the foul on DeHart. And that'll be DeHart's 3rd foul.
You see the aggressive play of Mark Hill. He's really struggled trying to get some points. The official felt that Hill had the right to that area. Called a foul against Carrick DeHart. He saw that neither Jerry Pym nor Carrick DeHart thought that was the case.
And Hill rolls it in, and they will bring MacArthur back. And Ulysses Akins leaves.
Well, that's something that needs to be mentioned. You see right there, there's a 15-point difference from Mark Hill. He's normally up at 20 points, so he should have 10 at half, assuming you get a half in the first half. He struggled, and still the Titans are up 11 points.
8 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Gauchos just really haven't been able to get untracked.
They've gotten a little bit into the style of play that I'm sure that the Fullerton would rather play.
Boy, there's a great move. Little drop step, spin move, and right to the basket. Hill again leans in on DeHart, offensive this time. Watch the play by Eric MacArthur at the other end.
You see MacArthur right there has Moody and just takes a real quick step, and Moody never moves his feet. I mean, it's the MacArthur advantage, but Moody just never moved his feet. Now back on the other end, we have Hill still trying to go at the basket with the same aggressiveness. The official probably saw what he thought was the same play. This time he called an offensive foul.
Crane has come on to replace Hill for the Titans. Here's DeHart for 2, short, very short. Sabalos with another rebound.
defense, very aggressive.
Ceballos springs open, can't get the shot to go there. Jones the rebound for the Gauchos.
Tempo's up. This is what Fullerton wants, tempo quick.
MacArthur, a little far out for him.
The shot is just much too quick. We talked about it earlier. Got to move the defense around. That way you get a chance to get some offensive rebound basket.
Anderson looks down low to Ceballos. Ceballos working on a low post. Now they pop him out for the jumper.
They move the ball around. That time Ceballos got to come out. Make the defense move, and all of a sudden they can't find their man quite as easily that time. Ceballos popped off for the 2.
Another turnover. Ceballos steps in front of a bad pass by Meyer. The Titans had the one tough win on the road at Long Beach State. They'd like to repeat that here. Gray off the short shot.
DEHART is going to have to get in this game, and Santa Barbara is going to have a choice. DEHART has only taken 2 shots, and the one shot he took was an air ball. So CARRICK DEHART is the heart and soul of this team, and he's really struggled here in the second half.
DEHART's DEHART, huh?
He's the heart.
Jerry Pym talking it over to his freshman Meyer. Michael Meyer made a bad pass the last time down. Jerry will remind him not to be so careless. Substitutions again for the Titans. John Snead getting a lot of help off his bench tonight.
Boy, the bench has really been good to the Titans tonight. Snead has got Moody started the game, but A.G. Ward has come in and played well. Wilhite has done some pretty good things for him, and Crane has come in. You know, you don't mention his name, but he took one bad shot. Short of that, he's had a good floor game. So when you can get your bench to come in and either cut into your lead, or if you have the lead, not make you lose your lead, then they've done a productive job for you.
Well, Eric MacArthur got the free throw to go down. Wasn't pretty, but who's going to remember? One out of 2. The long rebound comes out to Jones.
Got to remember that when you have a poor free throw shoot on the line, more than likely the rebound's going to become long, because poor rebounders are just bad shooting.
Jones,
what they are. I'm sorry.
3-on-1 the other way for the Titans off the Jones miss. The reverse dunk won't go. It'll look good in the pictures, but I don't think John Snead's going to love that shot by Ward.
Just make the shot. There's no question. John Snead was not very pleased with that at all.
Here's another turnover. Gaucho's playing very sloppy right now.
Making bad decisions. Lob the ball up there like that. And Titans have as much chance to get to it as do the Gauchos.
Ward, turnaround. That's a little better shot.
That's his shot. He can make that shot. Can A.G. Ward make it all day long? He needs to stay with what he can do. But I've got to assume if he went up there to dunk it, he can also dunk the ball.
12-point Titan lead. 59, Santa Barbara 47. 5:47 left in the game. The road getting a little steeper for the Gauchos here.
It really is. The timeout is one of the things Jerry Pym has got to tell his team is, guys, let's be patient, but we've got to get DEHART in the game, and you'll see him take this shot in that corner. That's where he really would like to get the ball.
They get it down low to Gray with a jump hook, and that's probably offensive basket interference. It is.
Yeah, that was definitely basket interference by MacArthur.
Actually, I'm not too sure, but that ball might not have gone down.
We were talking about DEHART. You can see right there, he had 18 points in the first half. He's only got 1 in the second half. And by virtue of that, the Gauchos are really struggling to get something going offensively.
But here's the guy who really has done it in the second half, Cedric Ceballos. For that matter, he's done it in both halves. Turnover, nice defense that time by the Gauchos, and it'll be their ball. Bob Earps comes on. Gary Gray leaves for Santa Barbara.
Now the Titans have gotten themselves in a good position here. They're up 12 with about 5 minutes to go. But the Gauchos, on the other hand, have got themselves, as you said, an up-here climb. They've got to start taking some good shots. That's a quick shot. One pass and a shot is not what you need to do. I mean, we just keep going on the same point. You've got to move it around, let everybody touch it.
Johnson yet to get one to go tonight. down low, and that's that shot that Ward likes. That time he doesn't get it. Ceballos in traffic got another offensive rebound, but this time he's going to be called for an offensive foul. And that's the third foul on Cedric Ceballos.
And that's what I think is interesting about Ced Ceballos. I'm sure Jerry Pym doesn't think so, but Ced does a good job getting offensive rebounds and doesn't foul that often. I mean, he only averages about 3 fouls, and you would think somebody that with that kind of body, you know, thin and always getting offensive rebounds would do a great deal more fouling than he does.
So CARRICK DEHART at the line. Good free throw shooter. Can't get that one. Boy, it's been a tough second half for him. Santa Barbara not shooting it at the free throw line as well as they usually do either.
They've been taken out of their rhythm entirely. The Titans have come out and played them a little bit differently than they've been used to before. And when that happens, you just lose your rhythm and everything, and that's exactly what's happening with the Gaucho.
Ward came up over the top of MacArthur and fouled him. That will put Eric MacArthur at the free throw line. When we come back, we'll take a timeout now, though, as John Snead wants to talk it over with his Fullerton State Titans. They lead it 59-47, 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in. So basically what that all means is MacArthur misses the front end of a 1-and-1, and they just cannot afford to do that.
Well, that's the problem. If you can hold a team under, 70, that means you're shooting a better percentage than are the Gauchos shooting tonight. They're struggling to get over 40% right now.
Significant, though, the second half. Remember, we were tied at 31 at halftime. The second half has been played at the Titans' tempo.
It has. It's been up-tempo, but you know what the Titans have done? Once they got it to their tempo, this is what they decided to do. Get patient, and then they can move it around, because you have people like Ceballos and Hill that can get some shots when they need to.
And Ceballos backs it out. Inside of 10 seconds left now. Hill pulls up and takes it, misses it. But Ceballos gets it back. They got a new 45. And they're going to get Johnson for the foul. Johnson just a little bit too aggressive.
No, that's one of the things that I'm sure Jerry Pym told him to do. If you get an opportunity to foul and legitimately go for the ball, go ahead and do that.
They've got some fouls to use. That is only the third team foul for Santa Barbara, so you can look for more of that kind of defense. And there's another one. They may as well do it early. They don't want to let the 45-second clock tick down too much before you call the foul, because every time, of course, it's a new 45.
Yeah, but they're getting into a position now where they have to be a little more prudent in where they give those fouls, because very shortly...
Well, they got a turnover right here. MacArthur all the way to the basket, and a nice job by Anderson to get a hand on the ball.
Well, Anderson was running away from the official, like if he didn't see him, he wouldn't call a foul.
Yeah, that's right. Make myself disappear.
You see, that was just a bad pass. There's no doubt about it. The pressure was what caused that pass, but you can make a judgment there yourself about whether or not that's a foul.
That was pretty close, wasn't it?
As I said, you can make a judgment yourself.
Well, Santa Barbara has not done well at the free throw line. And that's out of character. And more of same. Got a 2-shot foul. They'll have another one, but 1 out of 2 isn't going to get it.
No, it's not going to get it. And you see right there from the foul line, they're really struggling. Normally at a 69% clip, they're shooting at 52 here. They've got to get all the free throws they can. They got to get all the points they can, but free throws are important because you get it without any time running off the clock.
Santa Barbara's only scored 17 points in the second half. And another foul reaching in that time was Davis, or rather Johnson. And that's his 5th personal foul, so he leaves and gets a handshake from Cedric Ceballos. And Idris Jones will come on to replace him. A tough night for the sophomore Paul Johnson.
He had his hands full. I mean, Cedric Sabalos has been tough for everybody. Tried to guard MacArthur. So there's nothing to be ashamed about.
And they'll go out and pressure the ball again, and this time Jones reaches in on Williams. And that's the last foul that they can take from here on. It'll be a shooting situation.
First, still under the limit, 16 pounds.
Sabalos inbounds for Hill. And Davis reaches in, and that'll put Sabalos at the free throw line. Now you're in a situation you almost have to take those kinds of chances.
Yeah, you really do have to take those kinds of chances. But, you know, as a rule, the Titans are 70% free throw shooting team. So if you want to foul anybody, you can probably foul Cedric Sabalos and get away with it because the rest of the starters shoot over 74%. So Cedric at 69%. He's been playing. He's been a money player here tonight. So you have to suspect that he'll get these down.
They didn't get that one down. MacArthur has the rebound.
Well, that's the usual jinx that the Knockers bring. Why not?
Kiss of death. Underneath this time, it goes to Akins. Can't get it. Tries it again. Can't get it. It's kept alive, though, by Davis for MacArthur. And time's a wasting here for the Gauchos. Jones for three. And it's an 8-point game off the first three of the night for Idris Jones. 2:23 left, 59-51. Fullerton. We'll be back. Well, we were talking earlier about the fact that Fullerton State shoots it pretty good at the free throw line. Take a look at how good they shoot it. Hill at 76, Williams a 74% shooter, Sabalos just under 70%, and then Moody and Anderson a little bit lower.
Well, the real key there is that your guards shoot almost 75% because you'll keep the ball primarily in their hands. Instead, Sabalos is not only a threat from the foul line, but as well from the field. So that's one of the things that, given the choice, we try to see happen. But we've had a little bit of change. Now, Derek Crane is into the game, so what John Snead has decided to do, and wisely, is to get his smaller lineup in so he can try to get the ball up.
And an intentional foul is called on Davis. You have to go for the ball for it not to be intentional.
You see the ball coming down the middle of the court, and yeah, there's no question about it. Pulling his jersey is not exactly going for the basketball.
That's a good call.
So not only are there two shots, but the Titans also get the ball out of bounds.
That's just about the backbreaker for UCSB. Titans go on to win this. They haven't played very well on the road, but the two wins they have had in conference play on the road have been pretty darn good ones.
But you know what? They lost to Wyoming. They lost to Colorado State.
Vegas.
You know, they play some tough teams on the road that if anybody plays, you're subject to come out of it and not get a W.
New Mexico State, we know that's a tough place.
Yeah, you play down there, the Aggies get going with those fans. That's a tough place to play. So they played some good games, some good teams, and that's part of the reason for what they call their road wolves. But if you ask them about it, they let you know for sure that it's more of a function of who they played than how they played.
I'm actually impressed with the job John Snead has done with this team. It's a well-coached team.
Well, they've done a good job, and I'll tell you, they just stay after you. That's what's really helped them. They stayed after the offensive rebounds, and given that they're a full percentage field goal shooting team, that's what's won this game. Well, it's got them in position to win this game.
And Moody gets a free throw. This will make both these teams 5 and 4 in Big West Conference play. 1 out of 2. Gauchos have to hurry. Jones again. That's his second straight. Another timeout. Well, the Gauchos won't go quietly in. It's back to an 8-point game. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. Fullerton 62, UCSB 54. We'll be back.
You had 2 minutes on the clock. The game was a long way from being over. see MacArthur puts the ball on the floor, and Sabalos trying to get there. Just there a little bit late.
Very, very close. Tough call to make for the official. See what you think.
Yeah, good job putting the ball on the floor. Sabalos is in a position.
Big free throw here. 26 for MacArthur. And I think they're going to get Jones for the foul here. .154 left, 5-point game, 62-57.
Now it's down to free throws now. Wayne Williams makes free throws. If the fans let him concentrate, make free throws, then you got the game you get it back in your hand. But since he missed that last free throw, he's got to continue with the noise you hear now.
Just listen. A crowd, a part of the game here in Santa Barbara. Jones again. Yes! And Jerry Pym is up off the bench saying, don't foul. We don't need a foul now. Timeout. Place going nuts. 1:31 left. 2-point game. It's in the hands of the Gauchos and the crowd.
Is your computer not?
Santa Barbara, and this could be significant, is out of timeouts. Fullerton has 2 timeouts remaining. So Jerry Pym has talked to his players for the last time. And he won't be able to get a substitution in unless there's a free throw.
Well, the Gauchos had a game in hand at Nevada, Las Vegas. Let it get away in the last 4 minutes. So they know they can play in big games. They should have won that one. They've got a good opportunity here to get themselves in position. They're in position to win this one.
And now I would have to think the Gauchos will just try to play tough defense because the Titans can't put it away here.
No, you're absolutely right. It makes no sense to foul, move the ball around, try to get it to Sabalos or Hill. Those are your 2 scores that carried you all year. Let them carry you.
They will try to use the clock. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 1 minute and 2 in the game. Hill, blocked!
They got 3-point shooters on the floor for the Gauchos. Idris Jones, you've seen hit 3. You know CARRICK DEHART can shoot as well can Myers.
They cleared out for DEHART, who got in traffic. Jump ball call, alternating possession. It will be...
Should be Santa Barbara's fault. Oh, they call a foul.
Bob Garibaldi had the call under the basket, and he definitely called jump ball. So if the foul was called...
Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. The official doesn't have the advantage of instant replay, but that was CARRICK DEHART did not go straight up on that shot.
David Moody is fouled out, as you see. And DEHART will go to the line. It had to be the official in the back who made that call because I saw Bob Garibaldi clearly call jump ball. 1-point game.
A lot of time, not a bad place to be in. CARRICK DEHART been the heart and soul.
Got them both. Tie game, 35 seconds left.
Just move it around. Take the last shot if you're the Titans. Just don't be in a hurry, but don't turn the ball over.
Try to get the ball in the hands of number 31. And now they do. Shot clock off. 19 seconds. They'll play it for 1. They'll either win it or we'll go to overtime. Sabalos. Got a foul with 7 seconds left.
He almost went with too much time. I mean, this is plenty of time to get the ball going to the other end.
Now remember, Santa Barbara does not have a timeout left.
Oh, they gave him 1 and 1. I thought he was in the act.
That surprises me. No. Santa Barbara with a chance. 4 seconds. Jones. Blocked. We're going to overtime.
This is what it's all about.
Isn't it, though? That's an 11-point comeback for Santa Barbara with just over 2 minutes to play in the game. We're tied at 62. Put on a coffee in Bristol. We're going to be here for a little while.
Get ready for a special Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
It's unreal. The man, it's like he's from another planet.
You never know what he's going to do. He doesn't even know. He just does it, and you're like, duh. They just saw an amazing video cassette presented by Sports Illustrated, starring the most exciting figure in sports today.
Who else? Jordan.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me 1990. Over 40 minutes of the game's ultimate playmaker. Yours free with your paid subscription to SI.
Yes!
Call toll-free and get 26 issues of SI at over 45% off the cover price.
I didn't realize you could save that much.
Including SI's blockbuster baseball preview, the Giant 35th anniversary covers issue, and the red hot swimsuit issue.
So what's the catch?
No catch. You get it all for just 3 monthly installments of $12.97 each. Even use your credit card. Golden. Let's do it. Save over 45% and get the Jordan video free.
You're going to be giving away a lot of these babies, starting right here.
Barry Tompkins, Quinn Buckner, here's the story. We're in Santa Barbara. They call this place the Thunderdome, and I think in this case the crowd had as much to do with this overtime as the Gauchos did.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. And his anxiousness to try to get a shot up. You see that Idris Jones just falls down. He was just trying to get a shot in the air, so, you know, there's no harm, no foul there. But the tough part now is that for the Titans of Fullerton, they have to all of a sudden try to get the momentum back, because clearly the crowd has given that momentum to UC Santa Barbara. So the Titans have to try to get the ball back and score first, because that's one way to take the crowd out of the game.
So we'll play 5 more minutes. CARRICK DEHART, who has not made a field goal in the second half, made the 2 big free throws to give the Gauchos the tie. Sabalos had a chance to win it, missed the front end of a 1-and-1. So we stand at 62. MacArthur.
If it's somebody that needs to come alive for the Titans, it's Mark Hill. He's really struggled, but it's time for him to get going. Sabalos can't do it by himself, even though he'll try.
And he gets 2 chances and makes it with the second shot. He looks like the type of guy that can score almost whenever he wants.
Well, what's so good about him, I've seen players like this. If he misses a shot, he's got confidence that he can go and get the next one. So that makes him taking the first shot that much more confident in his mind.
And he's done that probably on a half a dozen occasions tonight.
These are what you call character builders.
MacArthur again. Hill traveled. They look into MacArthur again. This time he's picked from behind by Williams.
Well, I was going to say the one thing that really been of some help is that CARRICK DEHART had moved to the point, and that's what you want to do. You get your best ball handler, your most experienced player with the basketball.
Ceballos is stripped, and coming away with it is Meyer, the freshman from Illinois.
Great defensive effort that time by the A-Train. Ulysses Akins got a good job getting his hand on the basketball, popped it loose.
Eric MacArthur looks tired right now.
Well, he's a very emotional player. I mean, going back on defense, he was bending down, clutching his fist, so that's probably one of the reasons. And he's also been doing things like this. I mean, he's just been getting it, throwing it in.
He didn't look too tired there, did he? 32 for MacArthur. What a night for him. And rushing that shot a little was Williams, but Crane gets the rebound. Blocked by MacArthur.
Great offensive rebound. Crane tries to take it back up, and the official calls the foul, not on Crane, but on Meyer. I'm sorry, MacArthur, but they call it on Meyer. And we got fans running from the side to go get on the other end to make noise to keep Crane from making this foul.
Always strikes me, every time I see a scene like this, I think of a golfer who can't make a putt if somebody coughs.
Yeah, that kind of gets to me, and tennis is the same way.
Yeah, and here's an 18-year-old kid standing at a free throw line with 3,000 maniacs jumping up and down and screaming. That is the thunder meter, which will tell you the decibels of sound here.
We still got 2 minutes to go. There's a lot of time here. I mean, even though it's overtime, for whatever reason, people lose perspective of the amount of time in the game. 2 minutes is a long time.
Crane missed them both. What a comeback this has been by the Gauchos. Remember, they trailed by 11, just over 2 minutes to play in the game.
Never lost their composure. That time, I thought Jerry Pym did a good job. Had fouls to use, and he used them up. That was really the difference.
Without letting a lot of time tick off the clock. Dangerous pass by Meyer. Now the Gauchos will use the clock. First time they've been able to do that tonight.
Got to get out of that corner.
Jones for three. Too hard. MacArthur over the top for the rebound. And a foul from behind on Williams.
Well, MacArthur's really come alive in the last 5 minutes.
They can credit Eric MacArthur, so the Gauchos go on to win this. DeHart carried him in the first half, MacArthur in the second. Gauchos by 4.
Many men have sensitive skin that's irritating.
68-64 ball game. Santa Barbara having come back. And coming up on Wednesday, beginning at 7 o'clock Eastern, we go to the ACC, Virginia and North Carolina State. North Carolina State, kind of an on and off team this year. When they're on, though, they are really on. And then we'll move along from there into the Big East, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Boston College and Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, of course, coming off a big win at home against Arizona over the weekend.
These are big free throws here. You put yourself in a good position to make these.
Missed the first one. Titans still in it.
Yeah, they're still in it. All the Titans have to do is come down, one shot in the hole.
Long, long way to go. 1 minute left.
They put CARRICK DEHART on Ceballos to try to shut him down. Put their best player, and not offensive, defensively, just their best player on Ceballos just to try to slow him down.
Ceballos got into the lane too hard. And MacArthur another rebound.
He's got the foul. And John Snead is standing in front of us trying to tell his team to foul. You've got the foul.
That was MacArthur's 20th rebound.
Well, he has really come up big. 28 points, 20 rebounds, 4 blocks.
5 steals.
5 steals.
That's not a bad line, is it? That's a career.
That is a career night. Now he gets those steals by the same thing. They get the rebound. Long arms. He's able to get his hands on the ball. Good foot speed to get over there and get the ball.
Meyer makes the free throw. .34 seconds left. 6-point lead. And the Gauchos will take a timeout now. But I think Santa Barbara Gauchos kind of owe a debt of thanks to their fans here at the Thunderdome tonight, because there's no question they helped them.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it that the fans helped them, but I'm looking at this from both perspectives now. If you Cal State Fullerton, they got very tentative. All of a sudden, they stopped attacking the basket, and when they did that, they take all of their momentum away, and then that's when all of a sudden Santa Barbara realized, well, we've got a problem, folks. We got to get going. The fans really got them going because there were some offensive plays going on the other end for Santa Barbara. The 3-pointers by Jones. I mean, nobody can say how much the 3-pointer has done for the college game, except for when you see a game like this and how that got the fans involved in the game, and you see how Santa Barbara's made a tremendous comeback.
Disappointed looks on the Fullerton players, too. Well, just when you thought football was over, ha-ha! The Pro Bowl, Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Our guys will be in Honolulu. AFC, NFC players like Joe Montana. Did he have a game yesterday?
Joe Montana is as good as they come. I'm a young man. I haven't seen anybody better than Joe at that spot.
I haven't either. Also, not only a great player, but a great guy. He really is somebody for kids to look up to. First-class guy. Deserves everything he's getting. Hill misses the jumper. And this one now is just about over. Reach-in foul. That's something they had to do. Carrick DeHart will go to the free throw line. And there's a disappointed man, and with very good reason.
With good reason. This game was in their grasp. They had it to go with. Unfortunately, I think some of the players started to think that way. And as I said, you can't play not to lose. You've got to keep attacking. You've got to play to win. And I think to the credit of the Gauchos, that young man there, Eric McArthur and Carrick DeHart, came and played very tough basketball, particularly down the stretch.
And you got to credit, too, Idris Jones, who made 2 big 3-pointers.
Well, I think, yes, I think Jones, but I think the entire team played well. They got a freshman in the game. Myers is a freshman. You know, and he played a big part in it. He had a good block going to the basket. All of a sudden, Hill tried to go to the basket, and that was a big block because they were only up 2 points.
So the Gauchos now have this one. 8-point lead with 18 seconds left. Boy, tough bullet to bite for the Titans. They got their pockets picked. Williams throws up a prayer. It's no good. Akins has the rebound. And with 11 seconds left, a grab foul called on Crane.
Now we got an interesting little deal going on. Eric McArthur is busy making sure that he keeps Akins jacked up. But after the play, there was a little bit of an elbow. And Carrick DeHart, to show you the kind of young man he is, he's not getting the fans going. But he went and told Wayne Williams that was not meant with any real intent. It's just that's the way that Akins plays the game, which shows you the credit of DeHart.
Yeah, remember, he follows in the footsteps here of Brian Shaw, who played with Carrick DeHart here, came out of this program, went to the Boston Celtics, now in Italy, and maybe back with the Celtics, I don't know. But Carrick DeHart is that same kind of character. And it's over. And it has been quite a night here in Santa Barbara as the Gauchos come back from 11 down with just over 2 minutes to play in the game, take take it to overtime and then blow the Titans away in the 5-minute overtime period. Final score, UCSB 72, Fullerton State 64. Quite a game. Here's John Saunders.
He'll bury him close.
They lost him entirely on defense.
Just mesmerized by the pass of Derek Martin. What a look inside.
Coleman to Pack. To Coleman. Turnaround. 2 more. Coleman's got 14. He had 27 earlier in the meeting at Pauley Pavilion. He and Minor, the only 2 Trojans in double figures in that game. A disappointing 17-point loss to the Bruins. Wilson to the baseline to Matt